State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Play action. Burton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. On first down, Lawrence. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On second down now, it's Robertson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing in 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, and it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Indy. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Burton firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miles.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
5-3, their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Lawrence will throw. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 1st and 10, Burton. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I call hearing guys pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Trouble, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? Is that's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Burton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'll tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Devon Hamilton gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Off the play fake. Burton. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Taylor.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's Lawrence. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From midfield now, Lawrence.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 44. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flush to his right. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. And touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Off play action. Burton completes it to Norwood. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Off the play fake. Burton. Norwood's got it. Complete. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Back to throw. Burton. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Off play action. Burton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Blankenship out for the point after.
And the lead is up to 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. On the slant, this is Chark.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
And Sharp calls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. stripe. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Not much there, only a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. That's Barnett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Barnett. And he's brought down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10, and the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Colts on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Burton.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did.
They coughed it up. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
The Colts on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone?
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mills. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Mills again. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, Mills. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. That catch good for only a couple. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Back to throw. Burton. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Off the play fake. Burton. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Taking it about the 36. Oh, look at the juke.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And This is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians.